Enzo Fernandez is Chelsea's newest superstar. A midfielder who turns up when it matters, delivers at Stamford Bridge, and drags his team over the line when the pressure's on. He's worn the armband, scored clutch goals, and quietly become the engine of this side. Yet somehow, people still don't rate him. From the second he walked through the door at Chelsea, Enzo Fernandez split opinion. You've got one group saying he's overrated, not worth the money, just living off a World Cup. And then you've got the ones who actually watch football properly, not just TikTok highlights, who know exactly how important this bloke is. Because Enzo isn't flashy for the sake of it, he's the organiser, the controller. Every top side has one. City have Bernardo, Arsenal have Ødegaard, and for Chelsea, that guy is Enzo Fernandez. Chelsea paid stupid money for him, so expectations went through the roof. Problem was, early on, nothing worked. He was shoved all over midfield, deep, advanced, left, right, and it never looked settled. He seemed a yard off it, heavy-legged, always arriving just late. At one point, stats were floating about saying Chelsea were better without him, which only added fuel to the nonsense. But football isn't played on graphics. As time went on, Enzo grew into it, slowly, properly, and once he was finally used the right way, everything changed. Push him higher up the pitch, and suddenly you see what he's actually about, sharper, braver, more decisive. So why are people still split on him? When Enzo arrived in England, it wasn't just hype, it was expectation. World Cup winner, young player of the tournament, he benched himself into Argentina's starting 11 and never looked back. Anyone watching closely already knew he could ball. Still, Chelsea took a gamble. He'd only had half a season at Benfica and 7 World Cup games. That's it. But the quality was obvious. Goals on debut, controlling matches, dictating tempo like a seasoned pro. He played with the calm of someone 10 years older. The World Cup showed it best. Alongside De Paul, Enzo changed Argentina. Goals, switches, forward passes, he gave them balance. You don't win Young Player of the Tournament by luck. But then came Chelsea, and chaos. New owners, managers in and out, players arriving by the busload. At one point, they didn't even have enough lockers. The squad was so young that Enzo, fresh in the door, somehow ended up being one of the leaders. To make it worse, he was misprofiled. People expected him to carry Chelsea on his back every week. That was never his game. He's not a one-man band, he's a system player, and without a system, he was always going to struggle. Then the manager merry-go-round started. Different ideas every few months, no rhythm, no stability. Add injuries into the mix, plus off-pitch nonsense, and it's no shock he looked off the pace at times. But once Chelsea found some structure, the real Enzo showed up. One manager finally clocked it. Enzo isn't a sitting 6. He's not there just to recycle the ball. Play him higher up, let him arrive late, let him press, let him sniff danger, and suddenly he's winning games. Fewer touches, more impact. He stopped babysitting the build-up and started hurting teams where it actually matters, in the final third. Goals against big sides, late runs into the box, pressing that leads straight to chances. He became a proper difference maker. And he led. Even when he was rotated, the trust never disappeared. There's a reason no Chelsea player has played more football since his arrival. The team just works better with him in it. He's not just productive, he's essential. Others bring pace, others bring power. Enzo brings control, intelligence, and leadership. He sets the tempo, presses like mad, and still chips in with goals and assists. Even on quiet days, he's running the show. The Lampard comparisons, they're not random. The timing of runs, the big goals, the presence. He's not the same player, but the influence is there. Enzo Fernandez is one of those players you only really rate if you watch the full 90. He doesn't scream for attention, he controls games, he connects everything, he makes everyone else better. Early criticism came from chaos, price tags, and clueless narratives. Now that Chelsea have a shape and a plan, his quality is impossible to miss. What looked like a panic buy has turned into the backbone of Chelsea's rebuild. Enzo didn't crumble under pressure, he leveled up. And if you still don't rate him, that's not an Enzo problem, that's a football IQ problem.